When I speak about making the most of your job, I am not merely talking about earning your paycheck or fulfilling the basic requirements outlined in your job description. I am talking about transforming your work into a personal laboratory of growth, discipline, and influence. Your job, regardless of its title, is a stage on which you can demonstrate your value to the world, prove your worth to yourself, and lay the foundation for future success. Many people approach their jobs as if they are doing their employer a favor by showing up. They perform the bare minimum, avoid responsibility, and wait for the clock to release them from duty. This attitude is the very reason they remain stuck in the same position year after year, never advancing, never increasing their income, never experiencing the satisfaction of real achievement. If you truly desire success, you must change your perspective. You must see your job as a training ground, a place where you can practice the principles that lead to promotion, opportunity, and ultimately independence. Every task, even the smallest, even the most repetitive, is a chance to develop habits that will serve you for a lifetime. One of the greatest mistakes you can make is to think that your work belongs to your employer. The truth is, every skill you develop, every relationship you build, every habit you strengthen is yours to keep. When you go the extra mile, when you approach your work with enthusiasm and precision, you are building an invisible bank account of value. That account will pay dividends in the form of better opportunities, higher pay, and stronger reputation. A man or woman who treats their job as a mere obligation will never rise above the ordinary. But the person who sees their job as an opportunity to demonstrate leadership, initiative, and mastery will soon find themselves in demand, not because they ask for more, but because they have proven they can handle more. If you wish to make the most of your job, begin by asking yourself every morning, how can I add more value today than I did yesterday? That single question will change the quality of your work, your relationships with colleagues, and the way your employer sees you. Instead of waiting for instructions, look for ways to improve processes, solve problems, and help others succeed. In doing so, you position yourself as indispensable. Your job is not just a place to earn money, it is a place to earn trust, respect, and influence. These are the true currencies of advancement. When you understand this, you no longer measure your work by the hours you spend, but by the results you create and the value you deliver. Making the most of your job requires discipline, vision, and the willingness to see beyond your current role. It means working as if you already hold the position you want, not the one you have. It means acting like the leader you aspire to become, even when your title does not yet reflect it. Every great success story begins with someone doing more than they were paid to do, doing it better than expected, and doing it with a spirit that inspired others. You have that same opportunity right where you are. The question is, will you take it? One of the most powerful principles you can apply to make the most of your job is the principle of going the extra mile. This means delivering more and better service than you are paid to give, and doing it with a positive mental attitude. It means anticipating needs before they are spoken, solving problems before they escalate, and finding ways to contribute that are not written in your job description. The average person does only what is required and no more. They fear that if they give extra effort without immediate extra pay, they are being exploited. But here is the truth. Every seed of service you plant will grow into a harvest of opportunity. The extra value you give today becomes the reputation that pays you tomorrow. Employers, clients, and colleagues remember the person who over-delivers. They trust them, recommend them, and promote them. Another essential principle is self-improvement on the job. Too many workers think learning ends when formal training ends. In reality, the job itself is your greatest classroom. Every challenge is a lesson in problem solving. Every difficult customer or colleague is a lesson in patience and communication. Every unexpected task is a lesson in adaptability. If you approach your work as a student eager to learn, you will accumulate a storehouse of skills that no competitor can match. To maximize your position, you must also cultivate relationships. In any field, people are the true gatekeepers of opportunity. Your competence will earn you respect, but your ability to connect, listen, and cooperate will open doors. Make it your business to know the people you work with, not just their names, but their goals, challenges, and preferences. Offer help where you can. share credit generously. Stand by your colleagues when they face difficulties. These actions build trust, and trust is the currency that buys influence. Another point that cannot be ignored is reliability. In a world where excuses are common, the person who consistently delivers on time, fulfills commitments, and maintains integrity becomes invaluable. Employers will forgive many faults, but they will not forgive unreliability. If you say you will do something, do it, and do it well. If circumstances prevent you, communicate early, take responsibility, and offer solutions. Your attitude is perhaps the most critical element. Work performed with resentment or boredom produces mediocre results. Work performed with enthusiasm produces excellence. Even when tasks seem small or unimportant, do them with pride. Excellence is not an act reserved for special occasions, it is a habit. And when excellence becomes your habit, success becomes inevitable. Finally, keep your eyes on the bigger picture. The job you have today is a step toward the life you are building. Treat it as a foundation, not a final destination. Ask yourself often, what am I learning here that will serve me in the next stage of my journey? When you work with that long-term vision, every effort you make takes on greater meaning. By applying these principles, going the extra mile, seeking constant improvement, building relationships, being reliable, maintaining a positive attitude, and keeping your vision, you will not only make the most of your job, you will make your job a stepping stone to a future beyond your current imagination. If you truly wish to make the most of your job, you must learn to think like an owner, even if you are an employee. This does not mean taking the company's money or privileges as your own. It means caring about results as if the success or failure of the business directly affected your personal fortune, because in truth, it does. Every organization rewards those who protect its interests, improve its performance, and increase its value. Thinking like an owner begins with awareness. Do you understand how your company makes money? Do you know the major challenges it faces? Do you see where your work fits into the overall mission? Many employees perform tasks without ever connecting them to the bigger goals. They see themselves as a cog in the machine. But the person who sees how their role impacts the whole can act with intelligence, initiative, and purpose. You must also master the art of problem solving. Most workers bring problems to their superiors. The exceptional ones bring solutions. This requires a habit of looking at difficulties not as obstacles, but as opportunities to create value. If a system is slow, think of ways to streamline it. If a customer is dissatisfied, think of how to restore their trust. If a process wastes money, find a way to save it. When you consistently solve problems, you become indispensable. Another principle to apply is adaptability. Change is constant in the modern workplace. New technologies, new policies, new markets. Many people resist change, holding on to old ways until they are forced to adapt. This resistance slows their progress. Instead, welcome change as a chance to grow. Study the trends in your industry. Be among the first to learn new tools. Offer to pilot new systems. When others are uncertain, your readiness will mark you as a leader. Also, guard your reputation with care. In business, your name is your brand. It is built over years, but can be damaged in a single moment. Keep your word. Be honest, even when it is uncomfortable. Avoid gossip and negative talk. It destroys trust faster than any mistake. Protect confidential information as if it were your own. These habits make you the person others can rely on without hesitation. Use your time wisely. The hours you spend at work are an investment, and every investment should produce a return. Avoid the trap of busyness without productivity. Learn to identify the tasks that have the greatest impact on results and give them your best energy. Limit distractions, handle minor matters efficiently, and reserve your peak focus for your most important work. Finally, keep in mind that your current position is part of your personal brand. Every action you take either strengthens or weakens the story others tell about you. Are you the one who brings solutions? The one who can be trusted under pressure? The one who makes the team better? Or are you the one who complains, blames, and resists growth? Every day, you choose which story you write. When you think like an owner, solve problems, adapt quickly, protect your reputation, use time well, and deliberately shape your professional image, you turn your job into a platform for unlimited opportunity. Your role stops being just employment, it becomes a proving ground where you demonstrate the qualities that lead to leadership, independence, and success far beyond your current position. To make the most of your job, you must also understand the law of increasing returns, the principle that says the value you give will always come back to you multiplied, though not always from the same source or in the same season. Many employees make the mistake of giving only what they think they are paid for, no more. They say, "When they pay me more, I'll do more." This attitude guarantees they will never advance, for it puts the cart before the horse. The truth is the opposite. You must do more than you are paid for before you will be paid more than you do. In every position, there is room to exceed expectations. You can add value by improving a process, serving a customer better, helping a colleague, or anticipating needs before they arise. This does not mean doing other people's work. It means elevating the quality and efficiency of your own contributions so that they benefit everyone involved. When you become known for going the extra mile, you create a reputation that draws opportunity to you like a magnet. Closely connected to this is the habit of continuous improvement. Never settle for good enough. Good enough is the enemy of excellence. The world rewards excellence, and excellence is the result of constant, deliberate growth. Learn from your mistakes, but also learn from your successes. Ask yourself, how can I do this better, faster, more efficiently next time? Small improvements, made consistently, compound over time into massive gains. You must also master the skill of building relationships. No matter how talented you are, your success will be limited if you try to stand alone. Your job connects you to people, colleagues, managers, customers, suppliers. Every interaction is a chance to strengthen a bridge or burn it. Choose to strengthen. Offer respect before it is earned. Listen more than you speak. Look for common ground. A wide and deep network of positive relationships will carry you further than any single skill you possess. Another key is resilience. In every career, there will be disappointments, projects that fail, promotions that go to someone else, changes that disrupt your plans. Many people let such events drain their energy and weaken their commitment, but those who see setbacks as temporary, who treat them as lessons rather than verdicts, quickly regain momentum. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulty. It is about refusing to be broken by it. To truly maximize your job, you must also bring enthusiasm to your work. Enthusiasm is contagious. It inspires those around you, lifts the energy of the team, and turns routine tasks into meaningful contributions. You cannot fake it for long. Real enthusiasm comes from connecting your daily efforts to a larger purpose. If you cannot see that purpose in your current role, find ways to create it, perhaps in the pride of craftsmanship, in the impact on customers, or in the personal growth you gain. Remember that every day on the job is an audition for your future. People are always watching, not in a suspicious way, but in a natural way. They notice who delivers results, who can be trusted, who takes responsibility, who makes the team better. The habits you practice now will follow you into your next opportunity, whether you move up in your current company or step into a completely new arena. Your job is not just a place to earn a paycheck. It is a place to develop the qualities of leadership, vision, discipline, and service. The person who sees it this way never suffers from boredom or stagnation because every day offers new chances to grow and contribute. In the long run, those chances are worth far more than the wage you receive, for they shape the person you become. One of the most overlooked ways to make the most of your job is to treat it as a training ground for your ultimate ambition. Too many people separate their real dreams from their current employment, believing that the two have nothing to do with each other. This is a mistake. Every position you hold, no matter how modest, can teach you something vital for your long-term success if you choose to see it that way. If your ultimate goal is to own a business, learn from the business you work for. Study how it serves customers, how it markets, how it manages expenses, and how it treats employees. Observe both the successes and the mistakes. If you aim to lead people, practice leadership in small ways now by mentoring a junior colleague, taking responsibility for a small project, or offering solutions instead of complaints. Every job has opportunities to practice skills you will need later on a larger stage. You must also develop the habit of thinking like an owner, even if you are an employee. Owners care about results, not just activity. They think about profitability, efficiency, and customer loyalty. They look for ways to improve systems and reduce waste. They understand that every resource, time, money, materials must be used wisely. If you begin thinking this way now, you will not only make yourself more valuable to your current employer, but you will also prepare yourself for any future in which you might be the one in charge. Another essential element is adaptability. The workplace is always changing new technologies, new regulations, new competitors, and new customer demands. Those who resist change become liabilities. Those who embrace and master it become indispensable. If your company adopts a new system, be among the first to learn it. If your industry is shifting, read about the trends and position yourself ahead of the curve. Adaptability is not just survival, it is a competitive advantage. Making the most of your job also means understanding the power of initiative. Waiting to be told what to do limits your growth. Looking for ways to contribute without being asked marks you as a leader in the making. Initiative requires courage because it means stepping forward into tasks that might be challenging or unfamiliar. But it is through such challenges that you expand your capacity and prove your value. You should also take time to measure your progress. Too many people drift through their careers without stopping to evaluate whether they are moving toward their goals. Keep a record of your achievements, projects completed, skills gained, problems solved. Review them regularly to see how far you have come and to identify areas for further growth. This not only boosts your confidence, but also prepares you for moments when you must present your value to others, such as in a performance review or a job interview. Do not underestimate the role of integrity in making the most of your job. Skills and knowledge can open doors, but character determines whether those doors stay open. Integrity builds trust, and trust is the currency of lasting success. Be the person whose word can be relied upon, whose work is done honestly, and whose decisions reflect fairness. A reputation for integrity is one of the most valuable assets you can carry from one position to another. Finally, remember that every job is temporary in one sense. Either you will leave it or it will leave you. The true value of a job is not only in the paycheck you collect, but in the person you become while holding it. If you treat each day as a chance to learn, to serve, and to grow, you will carry forward a storehouse of experience and character that will serve you for a lifetime. To make the most of your job, you must understand that your personal brand is being built every single day, whether you realize it or not. Your brand is not your job title. It is the sum of how people perceive your reliability, your attitude, your problem-solving skills, and your willingness to go beyond what is required. In every conversation, in every project, in every interaction with colleagues or clients, you are sending signals about who you are and what you stand for. So, building a strong personal brand starts with consistency. If you promise to deliver by a certain date, deliver every time. If you are known for meeting deadlines, keeping commitments, and producing quality work, you will become the person people turn to when the stakes are high. Reliability is a magnet for opportunity because leaders and decision makers seek out those they can trust. Another pillar of your personal brand is attitude. Skills can be taught, but a positive, solutions-oriented mindset is a rare and valuable asset. When problems arise, and they always do, the person who focuses on finding a way forward rather than dwelling on what went wrong stands out. Your attitude influences not only how others see you, but also how you experience your work. A constructive mindset keeps you moving forward, even in difficult conditions, and inspires others to do the same. Communication is another area where you can elevate your personal brand. Clear, concise, and respectful communication builds credibility and trust. This includes both what you say and how you listen. Listening with genuine attention shows respect, builds stronger relationships, and often reveals insights that others miss. The ability to listen deeply, understand needs, and respond thoughtfully will set you apart in any environment. To make the most of your job, you must also cultivate visibility. Doing excellent work in silence is not enough. People must be aware of your contributions. This does not mean bragging or taking credit for others' efforts. It means finding appropriate ways to ensure your work is recognized. Share progress updates with your team, offer to present results in meetings, and volunteer for tasks that allow your abilities to be seen by a wider audience. Your personal brand will also be shaped by the way you handle conflict. Disagreements are inevitable in any workplace, but how you respond determines whether you are seen as a problem maker or a problem solver. If you can navigate conflict calmly, focus on facts rather than emotions, and work towards solutions that respect all parties, you will earn a reputation for maturity and leadership. Continual learning is essential. The modern workplace evolves quickly, and those who stop learning soon find themselves left behind. Take advantage of training programs, read industry publications, and seek out mentors. If your organization offers professional development opportunities, be the first to sign up. If it does not, invest in your own education. The more you grow, the more valuable you become, not only to your current employer, but to any future endeavor. Finally, remember that your reputation can open doors that your resume alone cannot. Opportunities often come through relationships, and relationships are built on trust, respect, and mutual value. The colleague you help today may recommend you for a life-changing opportunity tomorrow. The client you serve exceptionally well may connect you to a network you could never reach on your own. In the end, making the most of your job is not just about advancing where you are, it is about preparing yourself for everything that comes next. Your personal brand, shaped by your actions, your character, and your commitment to excellence, will travel with you wherever you go. Build it with intention, and it will serve you far beyond the walls of your current workplace. To truly make the most of your job, you must shift your thinking from simply doing your work to leveraging your position for growth. Every task, every challenge, and every interaction is a chance to expand your skills, broaden your network, and prepare for greater opportunities ahead. The difference between an average career and an extraordinary one often lies in this mindset, in the ability to see beyond the immediate to the potential hidden in each moment. Begin by looking at your current role as a training ground. Your job is not only about what you deliver for your employer today, it is about who you are becoming for tomorrow. The skills you practice now, whether it is leadership, project management, communication, or technical expertise, are tools you will carry into every future role, business venture, or personal project. Even the challenges you face are valuable. Every difficult client, every tight deadline, every unexpected setback is a test that, if handled well, makes you sharper, more adaptable, and more confident. One powerful way to accelerate your growth is to take initiative beyond your job description. Look for inefficiencies that no one else is addressing, propose solutions, and take ownership of implementing them. By doing this, you demonstrate leadership and foresight qualities that decision makers value highly. Often, it is the people who voluntarily solve problems, rather than wait to be told what to do, who rise fastest in their careers. Networking within your organization is another essential step. Many employees limit their relationships to their immediate team, but influence and opportunity often come from other departments, divisions, or even locations. Attend cross-functional meetings, offer to collaborate on projects that connect you with new people, and show genuine interest in others' work. These relationships can be a source of knowledge, support, and future opportunity. You should also actively document your accomplishments. Do not rely on others to remember your contributions. Keep a personal record of completed projects, challenges overcome, and measurable results. This not only helps you communicate your value during performance reviews or job interviews, but also gives you a clear sense of your own progress over time. Your personal achievement log is a confidence booster and a practical career tool. Another important habit is to seek feedback regularly. Constructive feedback is one of the fastest ways to improve, but too many people avoid it because they fear criticism. Instead, welcome it. Ask your manager, colleagues, or clients for honest input on what you could do better. Listen without defensiveness. Apply what you learn, and you will grow faster than those who resist correction. And remember, excellence in your job today builds credibility for tomorrow. If you aspire to a promotion, a different role, or even your own business, people will judge your potential based on your current performance. Do your work with such thoroughness and care that it becomes your signature. When people think of you, let them think of quality, reliability, and a standard of performance that inspires trust. Lastly, carry yourself with the mindset of an owner, not just an employee. Think about the bigger picture, how your work affects the company's success, how customer satisfaction drives growth, and how every decision you make impacts the bottom line. When you act like a stakeholder, you begin to see opportunities, risks, and solutions that others overlook. This perspective makes you far more valuable, both in your current position and in any future endeavor. In short, making the most of your job means thinking beyond today's paycheck. It is about building skills, relationships, and a reputation that will continue to pay dividends long after you leave your current role. Every single day is a chance to invest in yourself, and the returns from that investment can last a lifetime. To make the most of your job, you must stop thinking of it as a fixed set of duties and start seeing it as a platform, a stage from which you can develop, influence, and create opportunities. Your current role is not the limit of your potential. It is the launch pad. The question is not what is required of me, but what more can I learn, contribute, and build while I am here. The first step is to use your job as a laboratory for personal growth. Treat every project, every interaction, and every responsibility as a chance to experiment with new ideas and approaches. If a task feels routine, challenge yourself to find a better, faster, or more creative way to complete it. This is how innovators are born, by refusing to settle for the obvious and constantly asking, how can this be improved? One of the most overlooked advantages of any job is access to information and systems you might not otherwise encounter. Study the way your company operates, not just your department, but the whole business. Learn how products or services are created, marketed, and delivered. Understand the financial side of operations. Pay attention to customer feedback. The deeper your understanding of the whole machine, the better positioned you are to create value, and the more valuable you become in the eyes of leadership. Another critical habit is to turn your workplace into a network hub. Build genuine relationships with people in all areas, from frontline employees to senior executives. This is not about superficial small talk. It is about understanding their goals, challenges, and perspectives. When you know people and they know you as someone who is helpful, reliable, and forward-thinking, doors will open that you never knew existed. Many career breakthroughs come not from applying for an open position, but from someone recommending you for an opportunity that has not even been posted. Do not underestimate the power of volunteering for cross-departmental projects or special initiatives. These assignments often place you in front of decision makers, expose you to new challenges, and expand your skills beyond your normal responsibilities. They also send a powerful message. You are invested in the success of the organization, not just your own narrow role. It is equally important to bring a solutions-oriented mindset to your job. Anyone can point out problems. The true asset is the person who brings solutions. Before you bring an issue to your manager, think through possible fixes. Even if your idea is not perfect, the initiative to propose a way forward distinguishes you from those who only complain. This habit will make you a trusted problem solver, and that reputation is worth its weight in gold. Another way to maximize your position is to find mentors both inside and outside your company. A mentor can help you see the bigger picture, avoid common mistakes, and identify opportunities you might overlook. But remember, mentorship is a two-way street. Show genuine interest in their insights, respect their time, and look for ways to offer value in return. Always keep your long-term goals in mind. It is easy to get caught up in the day-to-day routine and forget why you are here in the first place. Write down your career objectives and regularly evaluate whether your current role is helping you move toward them. If it is, double down on your efforts. If it is not, Use the resources, training, and connections available to you now to prepare for your next move. Finally, approach each workday with enthusiasm and purpose. Enthusiasm is contagious. It inspires those around you and makes you more memorable. Even in challenging environments, the person who maintains a positive, energetic attitude is often seen as a leader, whether or not they have the title. Remember, your job is not just where you earn a paycheck. It is where you can earn the experience, the reputation, and the network that will shape your future. Make every day count, because the seeds you plant in your current role can grow into opportunities far greater than you can imagine today. One of the greatest advantages you can create for yourself in any job is the building of a personal brand. Your personal brand is not a logo, a resume, or a slogan. It is the reputation that follows you into every conversation, meeting, and decision. It is the consistent impression you leave on others about your competence, integrity, and character. And here is the truth. In every workplace, whether you realize it or not, you already have a personal brand. The only question is whether you are shaping it intentionally or letting it form by accident. To make the most of your job, you must deliberately cultivate a brand that says, "This is a person who delivers results, communicates clearly, and can be trusted to handle more responsibility." Every interaction you have, from an email to a hallway chat, is a chance to reinforce that brand. Do you follow through on what you promise? Do you meet deadlines without needing to be reminded? Do you stay composed under pressure? People remember those patterns, and those patterns become your brand. One way to strengthen your brand is through mastery of your craft. Whatever your job may be, commit to being exceptional at it. Study the best practices in your field, attend workshops or courses, and learn from the highest performers you can find. Competence commands respect, and when others see you as the go-to person for solving difficult problems, opportunities begin to find you rather than the other way around. But skill alone is not enough. In today's interconnected workplaces, the ability to collaborate effectively is just as valuable as individual expertise. Being skilled but difficult to work with is like owning a sports car without wheels. The power is there, but it will not take you far. Make it part of your brand to be both capable and cooperative. Seek out ways to support colleagues, share credit generously, and handle disagreements with professionalism. Another way to elevate your brand within your job is to develop thought leadership. This does not mean you must publish books or deliver keynote speeches, though those may come later. It means offering ideas that spark improvement. It means seeing beyond the surface and asking the deeper questions. When you contribute insights that lead to better processes, greater efficiency, or improved results, people begin to associate you with progress itself. Strategic visibility is also a crucial element. It is not enough to do excellent work. The right people must be aware of it. That does not mean boasting or drawing unnecessary attention to yourself. It means communicating results in ways that demonstrate impact. Share updates in meetings, send summaries to relevant stakeholders, and look for opportunities to connect your work to the larger goals of the organization. Remember, your job is more than a list of tasks. It is a platform for building a reputation that will outlast your current position. Even if you plan to leave in a year or two, the way you perform now will determine the quality of your references, the strength of your network, and the opportunities you can access next. People talk, and in professional circles, your reputation can travel faster than you do. Approach each day as though you are auditioning for the next level of your career, because you are. Whether you realize it or not, someone is always observing, evaluating, and deciding whether you are ready for more. Make sure what they see is a professional who brings value, solves problems, and inspires trust. When you commit to making the most of your job in this way, by intentionally shaping your personal brand, mastering your craft, collaborating effectively, and staying visible for the right reasons, you set yourself apart from the majority who simply show up each day. And in that difference lies the leverage that can lift you to greater success, both in your current role and far beyond it. The final and perhaps most powerful way to make the most of your job is to treat it not as a cage, but as a classroom, and you as the eager student who refuses to graduate without extracting every valuable lesson it has to offer. Every challenge you face at work is a disguised opportunity. The tight deadline that makes you uncomfortable is really a test of your resourcefulness. The difficult colleague who frustrates you is actually a masterclass in patience, negotiation, and understanding human nature. The unexpected problem that disrupts your plans is training you to adapt quickly and think on your feet. You can either resent these moments or you can harvest them for the wisdom they contain. Too many people make the mistake of separating their real life from their work life, as though the hours spent on the job are simply transactions for a paycheck. But the truth is, those hours are a laboratory for your personal growth. Your habits, your resilience, your decision-making, your ability to influence others, all of these are forged, tested, and refined in the fires of daily work. The job you hold today is shaping the person you will become tomorrow. If you approach your job with that mindset, something remarkable happens. You stop waiting for the perfect opportunity and start creating it. You realize that the position you have right now can be a launching pad toward something greater, if you choose to see it that way. You begin to use your current environment to practice the leadership, communication, and strategic thinking that will define your future success. Never underestimate the value of relationships you build in your current role. The assistant you greet kindly today may be the decision maker in another company who recommends you for your dream position years from now. The vendor you treat with respect may open doors to a lucrative partnership. The colleague you mentor today may later become your strongest ally in a critical negotiation. Every connection matters, and every interaction plants seeds that may grow into unforeseen opportunities. And remember, excellence is a transferable asset. When you develop a track record of delivering value, that reputation follows you. The world is small for those who operate with integrity and skill. Word travels quickly about people who can be trusted to perform at a high level. If you make it your mission to be one of those people, you will never need to chase opportunities. They will come looking for you. Finally, hold this principle at the center of your work philosophy. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. If you give your best only when the stakes are high, you are not building the habit of excellence. You are building the habit of inconsistency. Treat every task, no matter how small, as a chance to prove your standards. Do this consistently, and your career will become a series of upward steps, each one leading to a broader stage, greater responsibility, and more significant rewards. Making the most of your job is not about working yourself to exhaustion or sacrificing your personal life for a paycheck. It is about intentional effort, strategic learning, relationship building, and turning every moment into an investment in your future. When you work with that perspective, you are not just earning a living, you are building a life, one purposeful action at a time. So, wherever you are right now, whatever your title, whatever your pay, ask yourself, am I treating this job as a burden or as a bridge? The answer will determine not just how far you go, but how quickly you get there. Approach your work with vision, with discipline, and with the unshakable belief that every day is a chance to prepare for the greater future that awaits. If you do, your job will stop being a place you go and start being a force that propels you toward the life you truly want.